Hello you guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to my garage where we're going to kick off our spring cleaning. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get started. My name is Jay. I am a 30-something living in my 1960s home here in Maryland. And on this channel, I'm just sharing my journey fixing up this home, making it a place that I really love, and also my constant struggle to keep everything nice and clean. So if that sounds good to you, I hope that you'll subscribe, hit the thumbs up at the end if you did actually like this video, and check out some of my other videos where I've mainly focused on cleaning because let's be real here, I always need to clean. So this is actually my garage. It is closed in, so I just use it as storage right now. And I don't have any plans to make it back into a functional garage because I have a fairly large driveway, and this as storage works well for me since I do not like to go up into my two attics. So what I'm doing right here is just cleaning out all of the furniture that I'm going to donate, and then I am trying to declutter these shelves on the wall. I just store all of the odds and ends from my home, storage solutions that no longer work, things I carried from my previous houses. So I'm just taking a good look and trying to minimize what I have, and everything that's in good condition does get donated. So concerning all of these bins, I have a thing for storage containers. I don't like my messes to be visible, so I like everything in my house to have a home. If it doesn't have a home, it doesn't need to be here. But what that means is I've accumulated many bins over time. And I do use them, or I have used them, like this set of bins that I purchased from Home Goods. And they worked well for a while, but as I'm living in the home and trying to figure out my style, you know, things change and the bins no longer work for me. So I was taping all the lids together and then I was putting them in that bag for donation. And here I have mountains of toilet paper and paper towels on the very top of the shelves. So I was trying to figure out where I could make room for all of my outdoor supplies. I did get a grill last year. Last summer was my first time having a newer grill. I've been in this house, this will be my second summer now. So I have just accumulated a bunch of things for barbecuing outside. So I was trying to figure out how to store those on the shelves. I'm a little bit skeptical of storing my stuff for the grill outside, the dishes and things, even though when I store them in here and I pull them out to use, I wash them anyway, same as I would if they were stored outside. But I just like storing dishware inside.
You can never sleep in traffic, 'cause living steady panic. I know 'cause I try asking.
Another lovely thing about being a homeowner of a relatively older home is all of these supplies I've accumulated. So much paint and door hinges, hooks, anything you can think of, caulk, spackle, many a screwdriver, wrenches. I just have so many things that I've needed and I still need, but you just accumulate so much, and I have so much. I mean, so much paint, so much paint. So I was even going through that, and when I talk about donations of the household items, there is a Habitat for Humanity Restore. It's a chain in my area, and it is sponsored obviously by the Habitat for Humanity, and they work with families to build their homes. And I've actually done a community service event with them and helped build that home. So people are not just getting free houses, they apply for it and they are helping build them. So you can donate any household supplies to those stores. And for things like clothes, shoes, books, like curtains, decor items, I just donate that to the Goodwill. But you can donate unused paint, and I have some light fixtures. Furniture I like to donate to the Habitat for Humanity Restore because I myself have purchased furniture there. I donated those mirrors, shelves. Just, it's nice to have somewhere to donate that where I know it will be used in a good way. I get Goodwill's great too, but I really prefer to donate my home goods to that chain.
Think for a minute, though it might be hard.
I do love to talk and I love to watch chatty videos, but I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, so I'm gonna do my best not to just blather on in this video. But I hope you guys all had a great week. I had a pretty good week. I celebrated my birthday, which was a little bit more or less anticlimactic than usual. I just stayed home. I've been really putting a lot of my money into the house, so I didn't want to take a trip in March this year, but I had a great time. I bought a new handbag and some sneakers that you'll see later in the video because they were where they shouldn't have been. They did not get put away right away, but I had a pretty good week and I hope you guys did as well. Those boxes of tile are actually the backsplash in my kitchen that one day will get installed one day. And I was breaking down that shelf and I am actually going to donate that because I want this room to have less stuff in it. And here I am moving all of my holiday decorations. I mentioned that I don't like to go up in the attics because it's, one, not safe for me just to be trying to lift these bins up there. And I did do it for the first year and hated it. So I am going to store them in here. I'll figure out what to do in the future. But I am just moving all of the holiday decorations against the wall because the goal is to see more of the floor. I do also have a shed in my backyard that I use to store outdoor equipment, and I moved a few of these tools outside, like that blower on the floor that is outside now in the shed. But the shed, so when I first moved in, I'll never forget it. I had the movers coming and they were unloading my lawnmower and seed spreader and stuff, and they opened up the shed doors and it felt like 100 crickets came jumping out. It was terrifying. And in Maryland, we have these crickets. They're the camel crickets that are brown, and when they get scared, they jump at you, which is always nice. And then there's these big black crickets. And on the floor in the corner, I just vacuumed up a black cricket. Usually you can hear them, and I didn't hear that one, so I don't know if he was on his last legs. But we have a cricket problem, so I don't like to go in the shed either. I do have the backyard sprayed, so the crickets are not as bad as they were, but after finding Mr. Cricket, I was over it, so I decided to take a break for that day. I was proud of my progress, and this is the next day. We are in my front room, which is just a catch-all for everything. And there's me, looking like a big old marshmallow. I'm going through a sweatsuit phase, so I'm really enjoying that, actually. But I was just putting away all of my candles. I am a candle addict. I love candles and home fragrance, and I want to say it's under 200 candles now. I've been working hard to get the collection down, but I do a monthly candle rotation. So I was rotating new spring and Easter candles in and then moving some out into my candle storage, which is inside these bookcases right here. And then other than that, I was just putting away all of the things that needed to be put away. I bought an easy seating tray, which is right there on the table, because I really want to start planting things. I used to have an aero garden where you can plant herbs inside, and that was successful. It was A lot of monitoring, which you're growing a living organism, so I get that, but I want to start trying to plant things the traditional way. And I know that my window is closing. Me and my friend went to like a gardening club, and they gave us a sheet that told us when you should start planting, and a lot of that stuff was in March. So that is something I need to get on ASAP. When I visited my friend, she gave me a piece of her plant, which was one of the best things I've ever gotten, and I love her and I love the plant. I love them both. So it inspired me to start gardening more. And I was using the last of my pledge to wipe this table down. When I wipe down the surfaces in my house, I try not to get the cloth too wet, so it's more of a dry dust. So I'm going to use that same cloth with no additional product, just that pledge, and go ahead and clean up the other surfaces in the room. I think I may have spread a little bit more cleaner down. Nope, I'm remembering now, I did not. So I just used what was left. And here, don't be like me, do not move hot candles. And on the candle, I have a candle topper, which helps to trap the soot, but that candle topper is metal. So I tried to pick it up, it was a hot piece of metal. Do not do that. Please be safe with your candles and blow them out. Don't be like me. This shoe cabinet is adjacent to my front door, and I was a little bit tired of my Easter decor. It was starting to look a little bit cheesy, so I just pulled that stuff down and put it away in those storage bins before I wiped this down. So I talked before about picking out the decor style for my house, organic, modern. Well, I found a love seat for this room. It's from Pottery Barn, and it was only $3,000. So we're going to revisit that again in May. I try to cut my big expenses because it's only me. So we'll revisit it in May. This month's expense will be my lawn. So we'll see what happens. But now we're moving into the living room. Truly a mess. I had a wax order that I purchased, my purse, a microphone, some new shoes that I bought, which I really like, and, all the things I bought for my birthday, sweatpants, yada, yada, yada. So we are just going to get ahead and get this cleaned up. Those wax soufflés that I was picking up, I use in my warmers all throughout the house, and I purchased them from like smaller vendors that you can find on Facebook or Etsy. And I also do pour my own wax melts. I use one of my spare rooms just to pour for fun. I've thought about making it a business, but I've just got a lot going on and I've never really wanted to be a business owner. So I just pour for my own enjoyment. And on the couch, I had a book out. It's called The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. And I just wondered, do you guys read? I am a pretty avid reader. I've been since I was little, but I just have gotten so busy these past few years with working, life, home ownership, the car, trying to exercise and not staying on track. I just have been really busy and my reading has slipped, but I've started reading again. And that book was kind of your run-of-the-mill rom-com. So enemies to lovers trope, or if you read romance, you've probably heard of it. It was okay. I did not like the conflict. I thought that the protagonist deserved a lot better. She deserved a lot better of an apology, but it was cute. Another author I'm really into is Deborah Webb. I like Allison Brennan, Melinda Lee, but they write more romance suspense novels. I love a good suspenseful story. So if you do read, what kind of genres do you like? And if you could give me some suggestions, I'd really appreciate it. I was using the spray away glass cleaner to give my coffee table a really good clean. Once the coffee table is clean, I'm gonna fluff up the couch the best that I can and then give this floor a really good vacuum. So I've noticed some springtails? Earwigs? I think it's earwigs. They look like little worms or centipedes. I've noticed them along my baseboards, which is normal for this time of year. With spring flowers comes spring bugs, but I've just noticed a few of those, so I try to vacuum often. And I do vacuum the living room more often than I clean the other floors in my house. I would say I vacuum my bathroom floor just about every day, because you guys know how I am about hair. I just don't like it. The same way some people don't like feet or whatever. I just don't like it to be on the floor. So I would say the bathroom is number one. The living room I vacuum a lot as well. And then my kitchen, I vacuum pretty often and I mop the kitchen the most. To clean the rest of the surfaces, I'm using the Method Daily Wood Cleaner in the almond scent. I was smelling the microfiber cloth a lot because I was expecting more of a stronger scent from this. I was a little bit disappointed. I wanted the scent to be stronger, kind of how Pledge lingers, or if you've ever used Orange Glow or your parents have used Orange Glow furniture polish, it lingers. This doesn't really linger, which I'm sure many would appreciate, but I do wish the scent was just a bit stronger.
Yeah, stepping in the spot like she own it, looking like the world is your runway. She can set it off like a gunplay. Oh my, yeah. Talk of the city with that body, always getting praised like it's Sunday. She said, baby, what you gonna do about it? Loving your vibe, girl. That energy got me going.
And that is a PS5 gaming console front and center in my living room. Please don't judge me too harshly. It was my birthday, so I wanted to just kind of veg out on video games, and I actually watched quite a few DVDs. I have a smaller DVD collection, but it's movies that I really, really love, and I just wanted to indulge myself this week.
You right next to me. She said she need me like heartbeat. Drive me the bed like a RV. Hugging the curves on that body. She bring the heat like what's
I wanted to pull this table out to get back there because I noticed some dead silverfish in the corner. That's what they are, silverfish. And like I said, I expect it, and my backyard is kind of a mess right now, and I know that they love moist areas. So I do have that company coming, a landscaper, on April 14th or 15th. Anyway, in the next 2 weeks, and they're gonna cut everything down, throw down some mulch, so hopefully I'll have some nice grass and I will see less of the little critters coming inside. And I do have monthly pest control service, or I can if I call them. I pay them monthly, so I do have them come and spray.
vibe, girl. That energy got me going. It's my baby. That thing so vibrant. Keys to your heart, baby girl. You right next to me. Moji mule na vanemia yila. Vanemia Mami venaki, moji mulena vanemia ila.
And this was my view for the rest of the day, just on the couch, vegging out, watching TV. And then I was back to finish off this room. And I do know that, I'm at a very lucky point in my life right now where all of my time is my own. I can kind of do what I want, when I want, except for work. I would love to not have to do that. But I know that I'm very blessed to just be able-bodied and financially secure. And I can just do what I want. And I don't take that for granted. I really, really like it. This storage room is where I keep most of my cleaning and tools. So first things first, I had to get some heavy wall anchors to put up a fourth shelf and then just clear out this room. Make sure that the floor was clean and just a little bit more organized in a way that was functional for me. I have hung everything on the walls in this house, and for some reason I just cannot get the hang of anchors. I follow the directions, I have the right tools, I buy the anchors that will hold the appropriate weight, and I just cannot get it. I mean, it's done. You'll see I do hang the shelf, but I had to rehang the shelf above it because the anchors looked like they weren't properly secured in the wall. And I rehung the shelf and it still looks like it's leaning, and I don't know. We'll file shelf hanging with the list of things that hopefully in the future I have a spouse who will do that for me. In addition to the other He-Man tasks like yard work and taking out the trash, because he can have that too, because I don't want to do that either. But I did eventually get these shelves hung up and they're secure enough. They will hold for as long as I need them to. But this room is way, way down on the list of things that I want to completely redo and make beautiful because it's more about function, and right now it functions just fine. Once I had that shelf hung up, I began the task of going through all of these bins and just throwing away things that no longer served me, that I didn't feel comfortable giving to anybody else, and just organizing. I have so much stuff: gloves, an electrical outlet, locks, like extra padlocks, and these are all things that I bought for a purpose and that I've probably used at one point in time, but they don't serve me right now. And a lot of them I did keep. I just organized better because I will use them in the future. But as you'll see, I did get rid of a lot of old stuff, like older extension cords that were discolored. There's just no need to hold on to that. But good storage can also save you money. Case in point, all of this Scotch tape. Why do I have 8 rolls of Scotch tape? Because I would use a roll, think that I was out, and go buy a 3-pack. And this happened a few times, and now I have a ton of Scotch tape. And it is something I will use, thankfully, so I kept it all, and in time it will get used up. But, that's just some money that I could have saved had I had better organizing solutions in place. Something I did get rid of was my stash of command hooks. I used to really like command hooks, but I don't know if this is just the old lady in me, but I feel like they're not made the way they used to be. They don't hold up the way that they used to, so I got rid of about 90% of those. And I have all of these switch covers because in my house, when it was painted previously, the person just painted over the outlets. I mean, literally, did not take off the plate, didn't cut around it, like nothing. So all of the outlets in the house are painted, which I don't know how safe it is. I'm sure it's not a safety hazard, but they look dingy because now, you know, the wall is painted beige and the outlet is pink, and then I put a white outlet cover on it, so it's a whole thing going on. So that is something that I want to do. Switching out the plates is easy, but switching out the actual outlet itself is a little trickier, and I'm just not quite comfortable doing that yet. And then here, once I got everything in their bins and I figured out where the bins would go, I'm just trying to organize the top of this cabinet. In that large glass container, that is powdered Tide, which I bought because of the hype during COVID. You know, you can use powdered Tide on anything. Well, apparently I cannot use it on my body because I tried to use it for my laundry and I did all of my clothes and I got very itchy in the parts that you really don't want to be itchy in, especially as a female. So the powder Tide will just be reserved for mopping. So I guess I'll be mopping with Tide for a very long time. And I don't have necessarily reactive skin, so I don't know what happened. I've never had a problem with Tide before, but something about that. And this is my project bin. So every week I go in this bin specifically and I take out something to do. So in there I have a toilet paper holder that needs to be replaced, a chisel for cutting out notches for the new doors I want to buy, doorknobs. So after this video, which I didn't film, I did switch out the deadbolt and lock on my back door. So I have a project bin where I can just go and there's always something to do. So when I'm vegging out on TV and snacks and stuff, there's always something that I could be doing. I was able to move my Tinco into this room. I put the empty buckets on the top shelf and then I had more floor space, so I was able to get my Tinco in here and plugged up, which is nice. I would really love all my cleaning supplies to be in this room, and I was also able to get the mop bucket in there too. This is all of my dusting stuff. So I have my steam cleaner pads, extra mop heads, other mop heads, my mop shoes, the thing I use to clean the fan. And if I pull this drawer really hard, it'll come all the way out, and then down here is where I keep multi-purpose cleaners, insect cleaners, and all the stuff like that, backup cleaners. In this drawer I keep all of my sponges and cleaning gloves and my magic eraser pads. Down here I have the majority of my light bulbs. So I have so many light bulbs because Costco had a really amazing sale a while back, so I just kind of bought every kind of light bulb that I would ever need. And then I have my Lysol sprays and Lysol wipes, and down there is like oven cleaners and carpet cleaners. So yeah, that is my storage room for now. And then up here I hung all of the mops and stuff. I still haven't found the broom, but when that company came back to finish the work, they pulled a broom out of their truck And it was the same broom that I had, a green Libman broom. And I'm like, oh, you found my broom? He's like, no, this is ours. I'm like, huh. So I'm thinking maybe they accidentally took the broom last time, which isn't a big deal, but it's just like, what a coincidence. So I need a broom and then my carpet cleaner. And I took down that shelving unit and I need to patch those holes, and then a pantry will go here. But for now, I just have my 2 vacuums. I do have the mount for the Dyson vacuum, but I'm not sure where I want to mount it. I would mount it here, but like I said, I want to put a pantry there. So, I don't know. But this is where we're at now. My backsplash. Some unopened paint I'm gonna donate. Cosori air fryer is garbage. I got my replacement. My garbage can outside is full. That is stuff I am going to also donate. Donation, it's an unopened toilet seat. I'll probably donate that Simple Human trash can. It works fine. It is starting to discolor, but somebody will buy it for like 10 bucks. Shelving unit I took off the wall that I'm going to donate. The garage shelving unit I'm going to donate. And that's it. That outlet is busted. When it goes to the outside of the house, when they came to do the work the first time, it stopped working. I don't know if their machines were too much power or what, but that's why the router is plugged in on the other side of the wall instead of over here. But all of my tools on 2 shelves, and then holiday decorations, and that's it. A lot more walkway, a lot of room to walk. Everything is up off the floor, and then once that stuff is gone, it will look even better in here. And then I can think about more permanent solutions like finish painting and put up more permanent wall stuff. But yeah, I am glad that we made some good progress. Now onto the before and after. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some motivation to tackle a space in your home. Even if the after is not 100% perfect, progress is still progress. And I did film the after clip on my phone, so I hope you enjoyed this video and that you come back again soon. Bye.